Hello, people. On the yeah, what's going on, everybody? We're on good old Train Simulator tonight. It was interesting. Actually, I have already played Train Simulator, but for some reason the stream had some problems before. I don't know if it streamed, and I got onto Twitch for next day to have a look at the VOD to put it onto put it up onto YouTube, and it wasn't there, and it was like 2 minutes or something like that. So I don't know if that was just not sure what happened that day. Don't know. But anyway, we've done all these tutorials. But look, we've got heaps more for us to do. So we might get into doing some of these. Driving. Switching junctions. This sounds exciting. In this lesson, we will learn about switching junctions. So, yeah. I think we'll go through a few of these. A good old Train Simo, and yeah, have a bit of train time. Anyway, so let's get into it. Train on the range. The western lines of Scotland. Look at that. Train Simulator. Or was it Train See You Later? Get it? Hey-o. Right. Welcome to this rail yard in the Academy. In this lesson, we will learn about switching junctions after each action. Complete each action after closing these messages. Okay. Modern Bizzle railroad lines are controlled remotely by signaling center or dispatcher. Switches controlling the path of the train are automatic. Good. In freight yards and depots, many small and frequent movements are required, making automatic control impractical in yards. These switches are manual. Cool. Switch types. The differences between the two types of switches can be identified by their equipment. A manual switch has a lever to turn it one way or the other. An automatic switch has a small box containing a motor to drive it. Right. Checks out. Cool. Manual junctions can be operated by clicking the lever or pressing G on the keyboard. They can also be changed on the action menu and to the map down the bottom here. Automatic junctions cannot be operated. These are under the control of the signaling center or dispatcher. Right. Up ahead, the path through the switch is set to the left. Using the free camera, key 8, fly over the switch and click on the lever to change its direction. Once set, drive the locomotive through the switch. So, key 8. Where do we go? Key 8. Whoop, what have I done? Let's try F8. No, key 8, they go, I said. No, key 8 on here. Well, bust, isn't it? What do we want down here? No, there we go. Slightly better. Turn, oh, it's rear. Free camera. Hey. So, whoopsie, Mackie. Can we float down here and switch this? So what, it's set to left. So can we... Look at that, we've switched it. Cool, now let's get back into the locomotive. Bit of gas. Brake off. Will we move? We will. Let's give it on 25. Actually, once we get moving... Is it... Goldie, choo-choo time, I see. Yeah, indeed. We're going Loco. I think that's all we had to do was just drive through the... Oh no, stop zone. I suppose we have to stop down here. Okay, final destination reached. Right. Cool. Well, that was fine. I mean, we did it. Academy. So, right, let's go back to the switching junctions. These are going to be the same. Pretty much. But whatever. Yeah, choo-choo time. Actually, I have played Train Sim before on the stream, but I don't know if a stream crashed or something or other. I don't know. And when I had a look at the VOD, there was it was like 2 minutes long, and I thought, I played Train Simulator for longer than 2 minutes, so I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, we're going Loco. Welcome to the rail yard in the academy. Yeah, just a bit anticlimactic. In this lesson, we will learn about switching junctions. Of course, this is pretty much the same. You know, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's manual. Between two switches can be identified by, yes, manual lever, have a lever. As you can see, there's a lever. Manual junctions are operated by clicking the lever or pressing G on the keyboard. They can also be changed using the 2D map, etc. Up ahead, the path through words. The path through the junction is set to the left. Right, fly over the junction and click the lever to change its direction. So we need to change the switch just here. Whoa, what's going on there? Hello. So we need to change this switch just here, surely. There we go, to change. So that should send us straight through. And that's surely all we need to do. Let's hop back in the cab. I think Train Simulator is quite an anti-climactic type of game. Honestly. So we're through the... There we go. Look at that. We just have to change the switch. Easy. Right, and we'll go and we'll do this one now in the Fowler, in the steam locomotive. Western Lines of Scotland. We might do... I don't think we're going to do all the tutorials. I might just see how many there is in like this block. As it were, and then do a delivery or something or other. We'll see. But I'm quite interested that this is Train Simulator 2020, even though I have had this game for ages. See, this is the same. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Right, thank you. Awesome. Now, the junction is set to, plot twist, the left. So, we want to do a bit of... Ugh. Hello. Can we fly? Ah, look at that. How do I get in nice and close, though? There's probably like some sort of... Ooh, like that. Excuse me. Yes, I am training myself to locomote. So we have to change that switch there. Did we change it? Whoop. Hold on. Let's go back to the cab. Where are we here? Oh, is this at the back of the train? Wow. Okay. Let's just do this. Hold on. Can I change that from here? I'm close. So that's gone. Right, so that must have changed it back. So if I do this... see if the stop zone's red. Awesome. So let's give this some... we want to go forward. And give us some grunt and take these brakes off. Gosh. Right, we'll pull that back because we're moving. So, yeah, we're going to go straight ahead. My goodness. Have they been doing anything interesting, Goldie? How are things over in the Big Apple? The Big Apple. I can't say words. The Big Apple. Gosh. On Sunday, I went mountain biking. Actually, a friend and I, and it was an absolute workout. I reckon we did. How much biking did we do? 20. I think we did 26 Ks according to my Strava, and that was like doing. Oh, I probably felt worse than riding 50 on the road, if I'm honest. Because you're not really sitting as well. You're doing a lot of squatting and manoeuvring yourself around a bit more on the bike to handle it when you're mountain biking. Excuse me. Right. Welcome to the back of a cab of a Class 7 170 diesel multi-unit. In this lesson, we will learn to switch between multiple cabs. Okay. When a train reaches the end of the line, it must turn around and head back the other way. To accommodate this, modern locomotives have a driving cab at both ends to save time having to physically turn the whole thing around. Yeah. Our train has just arrived into the station and we are at the buffers. To head back the other way must change ends, of course. Do this now by pressing Control and plus on the keyboard or selecting Next Cab in the Action menu. So I guess Next Cab's probably one of these. What's that say? Alternative view. Scenario complete. I've done nothing. Head out. Right. That was stupid. Fine, okay. This one's interesting. It's a 3 apparently on the thing. Switching cabs in the electric locomotive. Once you're done with Portal 2, you should play through the campaign of Ace Combat 7. Yes, I think I shall. I'm not sure how long Portal 2 is. I think we're up to Chapter 3. And I'm expecting it to be a complete circus at some point. Which I'm not really looking forward to. It's going to end up making me look like an absolute fool. Welcome back to the electric locomotive. Yes, thank you. When a locomotive is shunting wags, it must run ahead of a train. Yes, accommodate these model locomotives. Have a driving cab at both ends. Yeah. Awesome. Our locomotive is just shunted forward. Beyond the junction, head back the other way. So to head back the other way, must change ends. Yep, cool. Do this then by pressing Control on the keyboard. So have we now... Hey, look at that. We are at the other end of the locomotive. Cool. At least I actually did it that time and did nothing. That is the most... okay. That's the worst tutorial ever. This will be interesting. Advanced braking systems on the Diesel. Portal 2 is complete brain food. And I don't have much of a brain for it to feed on. So it could get interesting. It's quite possibly it'll be a complete disaster at some point. I mean, it already was a little bit of a disaster to start because I was like, how's the portal work? Like, what's the concept of that? But hey, look, welcome back to the Diesel Locomotive. In this lesson, we will learn about advanced braking systems. 14 steps. Oh, yeah. Locomotive is equipped with 3 different brake systems depending on requirements: independent, auto, and dynamic. Okay. Ooh, look at that. The independent brake control system only on the locomotive itself. This is used when running the locomotive only. Right. The auto brake control system along the entire train. Long trains command this brake takes a long time to react, so planning ahead is crucial to slow down in time for a stop. And the dynamic brake works by reversing the polarity of the motors, causing them to slow down. Similar to the independent brake, the dynamic brake only have an effect on the locomotive on the system. Multi-function displays. The MFD on the right displays information about the air brakes, which are controlled using the auto brake handle. As the brake is increased, the equalizing reservoir, ER, which is the big 90, drops from 90 to 0. Once the ER is set, the brake pipe, BP, slowly decreases to match the ER valve. Exciting. Multifunction display. Applying the auto brake also increases the brake cylinder, BC, which goes up to a maximum of 65 psi. This is the actual braking force. It is only affected by the BP. Right, if the BP reaches 0, there will be no longer any pressure to apply for brakes. To recharge the BP, auto brakes must be set back to the release position. Oh my, that's long. The longer the train, the longer the brakes will take to apply and recharge. Makes sense. The brakes cannot be gradually released and recharged. Any usage will discharge to BP, which will not start to recharge again until the handle is set back to the release position. In Train Simulator, the auto brake is set to medium difficulty. Continue the lesson at this level to get used to it. Once comfortable, try this lesson again at a different difficulty. Plot twist, not going to. Levels to find one that is most comfortable. Control Shift 1 will increase the difficulty. Control Shift 2 will decrease. Close this message. Right, let's stop the locomotive. Remember, Control Shift 1 to increase difficulty. Control Shift 2 to decrease. Okay, stop the train. Push the auto brake handle above the minimum position. Use the camera. Until the camera is set. So looking forward. Above the minimum. I suppose that's minimum there, isn't it? Look, you know what? Cool. On the right, the MFD. On the right MFD, the ER has dropped from 90 psi and the BP is slowly decreasing to match it. The BC will then increase braking capacity, providing actual braking power. Remember, now that the brakes are applied, changing them even slightly will completely discharge the pressure. So we do nothing. Are we slowing down? We are actually. As indicated by the speedometer in the middle, the train is slowing down. Due to its length and weight, it will not stop quickly, even from this slow speed. understanding how long it takes to stop is a critical skill for an engineer. Like I'm not an actual train engineer then. Imagine me as a train driver though. Oof. That'd be, yeah. That'd be interesting, that's for sure. So we've got to stop it in this bit here, I suppose. So, can I be naughty and give it a little twitch? Up? Oh, it's going to slow us down a little bit quicker. Good. I think we'll just leave it and see what happens. And if we're going to overcook the thing here, we'll just slam it on. Which could be a bad idea. But we're slowing down, which is good. Slow, my precious. Slow, 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 slow. Yeah, I mean, we're slowing up. Really, that's all we can hope for. Yes. By the looks, at least thus far. Ah, well. Doesn't matter. What a... Look at that telephone there. Oh, it's not. It's a radio, but... Is the train got to stop before we overcook it? Yeah, she'll stop. Oh, well. Train Simulator Academy. Where's the, is that the... Oh, no, it's for the lights. Ah! Turn that off because that's annoying. It's the bell. Right. 4.9. She'll slow up. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't blame anybody for not coming and watching us play Train Simulator, because it's it's a game that exists. It's the best way to describe it. It's a game that exists. Maybe not necessarily one that's that exciting. Anyway, the train has stopped. Superb. So do we do that and then like slam the brakes on? Surely we've completed this task. Because the train has... Hey! Finally. Final destination reached. Just for a minute then I was like, is it going to be like, yeah, good job. 1, 2, 3. So we'll do these next... Okay. We'll do these next ones. Next couple. And then we will go back and we'll do a delivery somewhere, I think. Stopping at stations. Loading and unloading. Loading passengers. I'll let you go. Okay, right. So stopping at stations. It's hard to please people. I was talking to a friend of mine and they were like, what was I talking about? Well, we were just talking about the stream. And they were like, oh, well, you'll get rid of the games that aren't as popular. And I was like, well, when you have, sort of 2, 3, 4 people that might come along and watch, how can you determine what's, like, a popular game or not, really? It's not like I've got 20 or 30 people watching and they're like, get rid of, And all of them are like, get rid of that game, it's awful. Right. Welcome back to the cab. In this lesson, we will learn how to stop at a station at low speed, complete each action after... Right, yeah, right. Stopping at the right place on platform is crucial. When to start braking is affected by the weight and speed of the train. Of course, the aim should be to apply one brake force all the way to a complete stop for a smooth ride. Most people would jump in for 2 seconds and go, yep, that's a train. Yeah, that is a train. Yep. We are approaching the station at 25. This is only a small train which will not take much to stop. When you reach the end of the platform, apply notch 2. So braking. Take it up a notch, literally. I mean... I prefer to be on the brakes, like already. Ooh. Oh, right, thanks. Slowly push the power controller forward into the braking zone until the camera returns. Right. Which is pulling that back, pretty much. True, you have to make your own community. Oh, we've stopped already. Okay, that was a smooth stop to the station. This concludes the lesson. Right. But I think having like a rotation of games, though, at least for me, keeps it vaguely interesting. Because I don't know, do I want to play like Farming Simulator every week for like 1,000 hours? Actually, I think the conversation was about why do you play Euro Truck Simulator and also American Truck Simulator? Like, well, because... But I think the rotation's sort of like, okay. Maybe in the future we could look at reducing it or something or other. I don't know, but it is what it is currently. Welcome back to the cab of the diesel Loco. And yes, we'll learn how to load and unload aggregate. Okay. Complete each action after closing these messages. Operating trains is not only about driving along the railroad, but also involves loading and unloading cargo. In this exercise, we'll learn how to load and unload coal from the gondola. Gondola. That's not Metallica, is it? I don't know. Like, it's sort of, to me, people who say might stream every night, right? But play the same game, you're like, okay. I suppose they probably play it to finish and then get a new game, but it's like, okay. Gondola cars are filled above using giant dispensers. What a plot twist. To load an empty car, first position it's stationary under the dispenser, then with the mouse click on the dispenser, right? You can use external camera to help. Or you still on the keyboard. Let's go outside. Is it that one? Or is it that one? Nah, it's too far away. That's better. Right, so... I just need to... pretty much get that under there. So I just want to take it nice, and it's maybe too slow, but at least we're not going to overcook it. That's for sure. Let's give it a little bit more. We'll put it back to 0. I think that's where it's supposed to be, maybe not necessarily like minus. There we go. I'll just roll it under here. Whatever. You ever play a game and you're like, these controllers are just broken? That's what we want. Cool. So we'll put a bit of brake action on. Hey, look at that. We're loading cow. So we'll release that and we'll give it a little bit of grunt. You have loaded the gondola. Cool. To unload the coal from the car, drive forward to the unloading facility, position the car stationary over the dispenser, then using the mouse click to get rid of the dirty, rotten coal. So, yes, anyway, so we'll take that back. Because we don't have to go around the corner here, so I don't want to go around there too fast and be like, oh no. La, da, 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 da. So it should be able to stop pretty quickly, I suppose. So I'll just put a little bit of brake action on. Maybe put a bit more brake action on, I think. Whoop. That hasn't quite worked out. We're going to have to reverse it back. Which is a bit annoying. There we go. And stop. Cool. Pretend that didn't happen. So I have to click. I'm clicking. They're going to unload for us. Or we still need to go back a little bit further. Surely we're right. We're good. Maybe we have to. So the trailer's not just past that. Nope. Come on. Whoops. No. We want to go the other way. It's a little bit tricky, this. Surely we couldn't have been too far off the first time, seriously. Because it was yellow on the unload zone. I'm not going to touch that, just going to let the train hopefully roll forward enough. Which is not going to do. Classic. Come on. Just going to wait to see if I can see it go yellow. It went yellow before. And surely that's got to be good. There. Unload zone. Come on. Oh, finally. Look, it's unloading now. That was annoying. Come on. Hurry up. Scenario complete. I tell you what, that was fiddly. I'll say that. Right, 2 more to do. Loading passengers. Electric loading and unloading. Right, loading passengers in this rig. Right. Stop at the station so people can get on the train. Welcome back. We'll learn to pick up passengers. Awesome. At a station, you are responsible for opening the doors, which I think is this button here. We are approaching at 25. Bring the train to a stop alongside the platform. Classic. Ooh, we've got a Snapchat from somebody apparently. So because it's electric, we can just pull this back, and it stops this. So that's okay. May have gone a bit hard. Wow, 140. That's a huge speed. But so we'll do that. Let's just poke our head out the window. Okay, we can click that. That should, oh yeah. We actually haven't stopped that well because the rear end of the train's off the platform, but okay, final destination reached. We can work on that a little bit better. Right now, the loading and unloading on the electric locomotive, so let's do that. And then I think we might do a journey. That's the word I'm after. So we're just not doing like tutorials. So the next time we play Train Sim, we'll do some more tutorials and do a journey. I think that's probably not a bad thing to do. Because I think when you play Train Simulator, it's sort of like what's the end game, as it were, you know. Operating a train is not only about driving along the railway, but also involves loading and unloading cargo. I guess in this we will learn how to load and unload containers. Wow, okay. Oh. To lift containers off of wagons, huge gantry cranes are involved, like this one, as you can see here. They hoist the containers from the side of the track over the train and sit it down with a high precision. Okay, we don't have any precision. Our train is already in place and ready to be loaded. Switch to an external camera. Yep. And start the process. Start loading. So I reckon if we just go that. Or if we go down the end here. Right, so it's got the... At least that does it for us. Which is good. Cool. So do we have to... Containers have been successfully loaded. So do we have to move the train? To unload the container, click on the crane again or press Shift T. So we'll just click on that. It's easy. Awesome. Scenario complete. Okay, that was... Yep. Cool. So all these here, you know, we can do that another time. Tutorial. Now, I did that. Completed. So let's go main menu. In the academy, let's go drive. So we'll just do like, this is only 2, so it'll be pretty easy. Is there any other easy ones? Ready to depart. Oh, that's an ugly train, isn't it? You are assembling an order in Headborough main yard, compromising TA tanks from the petroleum sidings and Once you have assembled this order, will be ready to depart. So we have to put a train together on that one. Okay. Skiing season has begun, and you are driving a special to the resort at Dissen. However, the mountain goats are coming down the mountain and greener pastures like to cause delays if they get on the line. So we just have to go up the whatever. Goods to market. Pick up goods from Nicole and was going to head to 30 minutes. You know what? Well, we'll just go with we'll stick with this one because we did I did this one before. So we'll stick with similar things. So let's give this a Guernsey. Oh, wow. Somebody up the road's playing doof music. So, like that. I'm like, get out of town. Excellent. Allow passengers to board here before setting off. So, should we do that? So I can do their thing. Let's get into this. Loco. Get back into the train. Oh, look at all these ugly controls. Ugh. I mean, to be fair, it's not exactly the most gorgeous train, is it? Lights on and off by the looks. Right. Horn. Bit of horn action. Right. A time bonus. Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? Right, so I suppose we can start setting off. It's a green light. So let's go. Look at this, you can't even see out the window. Oh, it's a roll down one as well. Classic. So we're going to Lake Spur then, obviously. That's where we need to go. Are these junctions right? Too bad if they're not. I'm not changing any. Actually, they should be right because we're in a station, so automatic, theoretically. So it's a trip 10 miles also. We've got a 60 coming up, which is good. So we can crank this big rig up. Let's crank her up a little bit further. We're on about a 35. Okay, 38 apparently. Percent throttle. So she's a diesel electric. Let's give her a bit more. Put her on 50 apparently, radio. 50 is doing it for themselves. Na, 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 na. Cool. 60 for passengers, 50 for freight. Let's go up to 100% throttle. And 10 miles then to our next stop. So, look at that. A big Union sharpen its head off. Well, she's a bit slow in the acceleration. See if the engine's at 800, so that's obviously top spec. And the amps 335. It's going down. Imagine being a train driver. Little town, or whatever that is over there. How's it going, folks? back in the boring cab with... What is that? Saucy. Maybe you probably pull on that horn. That'd make sense. Right, so we're getting up to 60. But around here it looks like the speed limit's going up to 65, which is good. So when we get past that, we can do 65. Is that right? Yes, it is. Oh, my foot. So what's this? Train brake, locomotive brake, dynamic brake. You know, we'll just keep it on the train brake because that'll slow up the whole locomotive, so... Also, with the speed, I'd prefer to be a bit more... Take it back to about 85. I prefer to be more, like a bit more conservative with that, so at least I'm not going to be overcooking it too hard. But actually, once we get going, we can put it back to 0. And apparently slow down really quickly. So I'll put it on about 35, see how that can maintain our speed. Oh, we've got a train here coming past us. What's this one do? I don't like that. Hey, freight. Freight train there, going past us. Not very long. It's got a bit of everything on it. A little caboose on the back as well. So we're still about 7 miles away from where we have to do something next. Anyway, we'll just chug along. I can just set the train going and put my feet up, really. Is that guy going to stop? Let's put our... Let's give him a bit of a horn. We'll take the bell off. Hey! And you, what do you got? F-250? You probably have, because it's America's best-selling truck for 1,000 years. What do you think about the new Ford Bronco? I think it looks an interesting vehicle, but as far from what I can ascertain, not going to be getting it here in Australiaville, which I'm a little bit sad about. It'd be good because I have considered getting a short wheelbase 4x, and the Jeep Wranglers are not that great, and I considered a Suzuki Jimny, but they're too small, an older, it's odd looking. Yeah, it's an interesting sort of retro-y modern thing. I would say it's odd looking. I'd back that, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's bad looking, if that makes sense. I do think it's probably a bit squarish. The front end, I think, looks okay. That bonnet's got a little bit of a curve on it. I'd have to take another look at some pictures just to, you know. But, yeah, it is a bit boxy, I suppose, isn't it? But that said, it'd be interesting to see if they're any good and how they sell. From what I can ascertain, you can't get a diesel, which really, selling a vehicle here, a four-wheel drive that you can't get a diesel is a cardinal sin. It's an absolute crime. Because four-wheel drives are diesels. So I'm sure if I were like, yeah, we'll sell that in Australiaville, they'd do a little bit of work so they can put it was it a 3.2 or whatever engine the Ford Ranger comes in. That was what they should probably do. You see, you can only get I think it's only for Jeep Wrangler. Is it Rubicon, the top spec for four-door one, or five if you count the rear end door, but that's the only one you can get in a diesel for top spec. You can't get a shorty in that. Right, it's got about 4 miles to go till our next stop, which hopefully will come up on the map here soon, so we can see. Diesel cars really for carbon. Okay, yeah. I find it so ridiculous. If you look at, say for example, if you look at, well, yeah, we'll say F250 something, for example, you can get a petrol option, or gas, whatever you want to call it, which just seems ridiculous, because here, if you're buying a vehicle like that, you get a diesel, you don't have an engine option. It's like it comes with this diesel engine. I think Rangers have a 3.2 turbo diesel. Gas station has diesel. Yeah. Almost every gas station has diesel. That means there's petrol stations that don't have diesel then. Probably very rare, but... Interesting. It was when I was in, a couple of years ago, I was in Europe. It was interesting that, yeah, but it's rare, yeah. It was interesting there that diesel was actually cheaper than petrol in some places, which here diesel's always more expensive. It's about maybe 10 cents a litre more expensive for diesel than regular 91 octane fuel. I have to slow this train down. Oh, look, we got another freight train coming up. Diesel stations have been popping up everywhere, though. It's a little bit of a novelty to see a charger around here. I saw one. Some of the council car parks have got them, but it's a bit of a novelty to see an electric car. And if you do, it's a Tesla. I know that there's at least one in town. But I think even, what's the cheap Tesla? Is it the Model Y? I think even one of them's like $60,000 or $70,000. So if you were looking at getting a 3 Series, like if you're looking at getting a BMW, you might buy. You'd be like, yeah, I might get a Tesla instead. But I mean, why would you? You can't drive. Well, it'd be good for around town, but if you want to drive any distance, that's going to cause some problems. I'm going to start slowing up this train so we can stop at the station here. There's pushing American electric cars. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I mean, I would consider getting one. If I could get a decent one, say for like 25 grand. for example. And I'd probably... I don't know. I'd probably still have a second car though, because I think if I had a train... sorry, train. My goodness. I think if I had a... electric vehicle, it'd just be for me city run around. I'd still have something else. Maybe a ute, just a clapped out old Hilux or something to do me recreational jobs in. You might be waiting a while for that. 1,000 miles of range and a maximum of 15 minutes to charge under 30 grand. Might be waiting a while for that one. I mean, that day will come, I'm sure, but probably not in the next 5 years. Those are my standards. Yeah, I suppose you've got to have a position. Look at that, the same person there waiting to get on the train. It's sort of like, I mean, like I'm looking to where's the door thing? See, I'm looking to get a new vehicle. Yeah, so gas it is then. Yeah, see, I'm looking to get a new vehicle. I've got two vehicles consolidate to one. So I've got some, like, you know, requirements or some things on that. One thing is I want to be able to put I want to have, I mean, if you get a second-hand one, it's got to be at least newer than the car I've already got. I think that's a no-brainer. And then we're moving, our brakes are off. Let's just go bang. Yeah, got to be newer than what I've already got. That's if I go second hand. Because a friend of mine, right, got a new car, but it's older than the one they already had before. So I'm like, okay, is it really an upgrade? It's something that's bigger. Because and something also that I can take, not necessarily forward driving, but I can go like on gravel, something like that, a little bit more easily. So I'm considering maybe a Subaru, for example. That'd still be alright to drive around town. Yeah. And something that's not huge. Because I was like, well, I could get a ute, don't really need a ute. And I don't really want to get anything like a big Land Cruiser or anything, 'cause it's ridiculous for driving around town. I'm not a private school mum, so if I was, I would vaguely consider it, I suppose. Under 40,000 miles should be fine. And also something that doesn't have, a squillion Ks on it, So vehicle upgrades on the agenda. Maybe later this year, I don't know. Depends if I could be bothered selling my other two vehicles, I guess, really. I have to at least get on to getting rid of the old Daihatsu. Just chuck a pictures. Put some pictures of it up on Gumtree or something. $5,000-6,000 for it. You can have it. Apparently under 200,000 Ks on it, which I'm skeptical about the odometer, if I'm honest. But that's what it says. And I haven't tampered with it. So if it's wrong, if it's already if it's been tampered with, I didn't do it. Didn't have it under my ownership. I've even got receipts, all receipts for work done and all that stuff, so which people apparently, it's important to them. It's got a UHF radio, new tyres. I'm trying to sell this vehicle. Is anybody watching the stream want to buy this vehicle? It's got I think it's a 2.8 turbo diesel. '96 edition. Got a roof rack so you can put your things on top. Rear draw system. New battery. Well, just over 1.5 years old, I suppose, the battery in it. It's also got a battery isolator as well. Oh, good, solid vehicle. Right, so we're just training along here, doing a very comfortable 48.5 miles an hour. Max of 55 on this bit of track. So Monument 2 is our next stop, which is going to be in about 10 miles time. I'm not sure how many stops we have to do actually. What is that? Can we have a look? 2D map? No. Task log. Okay, pick up passengers from Monument Road. So this. Right, so it's over here. It says there's a line. What is the last one? Springs for passenger stops based on a timetable. So I guess. Is that only the three tasks we have? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'll just keep training. We'll see how we go. It's training men. Hey, hallelujah. It's training men. Hey, hey. It's training man. Saturday, I'm actually excited because Grid, we're going to be playing that again, so we're going to be doing some racing, which will be fun. So I'm excited about that. Also, I know this is a couple of weeks away. So that, will it be Portal? Might be when we play Portal, actually. Or will it be when we play City Skylines again? I don't know, but anyway, August the 8th. Oh, crud, we're speeding. August the 8th, which is a Saturday. Good chances, well, there'll be no stream. Because it's, well, not that it's my birthday. Well, not that it's my birthday on the 8th, but I think the Mondays might be my birthday, but we're going out. Hopefully. Well, say going out. People are coming over for some dinner and whatnot on that Saturday, the 8th, so there will be no stream. But that's still a couple of weeks away, so that'll either be... I tell you what, I hope it's not when we play Portal. But I might do a stream Sunday to make up for it instead. Do one during the day or something. We'll see. But that's still a couple of weeks away, so we'll deal with that when it gets here. Right, so we're just we're just training along. Have to watch the speed. I was going a bit fast, pulled the power back, and as a result, the train slowed down pretty hard. But thanks for the heads up. Like 3 weeks in advance, 4 weeks. No, not 3. I don't know, but it's coming along. So yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, I'll be 65. Really old. Retirement age. This could be my retirement hobby. Stream twice a week. Right, so we've got a 45 zone coming up. Yeah, true. Right, we'll start pulling back on this gas. Let's take it down to about 75 apparently. And we're not actually... we're not really slowing down. 63 apparently, right. So I said to my friend when we were mountain biking on Saturday, no, sorry, on Sunday, that I'd needed a somewhere to put my camera, GoPro on my bike. I have ordered a camera strap to go on my helmet, but I'll have to check out Amazon to see. It's apparently already supposed to be here. But I'll have to look at some options that I can get. That'll be fun. I think we're going to go. He's like, want to go back? I want to go back. It's like, okay, so we're going to go. Hopefully, go back at some point and do a bit more mountain biking. It was pretty wild. Like, we went on just one of the easy, tracks, which was pretty crazy. You'd be going along and it'd be like, yep, okay, and then all of a sudden it's like you're just off the edge of a rock. It's like, right. It's a bit more tough for sure than a Matt. Yeah, I got an Osmo Action, which is pretty decent, and also I've got a cheapy, like just a dodgy Chinesey camera that I've had for a while, which I would probably prefer to use because if I crashed, I don't want to smash up my good camera. Maybe I could get a slightly better, cheaper Chinese camera, maybe to use like on the bike. But anyway, I bet Matt loves a bit of crazy mountain biking, don't you? How black dog is it? Right, let's see what's happening back here with the passengers. Nothing. There's nobody there. Okay. Anybody in here? No. Look at these turquoise seats. They're saucy, aren't they? Nobody there either. Whoa. Yeah, I did BMX a while back. Wow. This is dangerous though. Bicycle motocross. I love that the BMX is in the Olympics. Yes, I know I'm speeding. I'm trying to rectify it. So get off my case. Are you slowing down? No, apparently. When you have double back ignite. Ha! Wow, we're actually going pretty fast. I mean, we're not, but I don't want to put... Okay, let's put a little bit of brake on. Try and slow us down. 1. There we go. Oh, we must be going down a bit of hill now, are we? It's gonna kill me. Yeah, we didn't go on the black ranked trails. Stuck to the blue. If I recall, I can't remember how I rate them. But there's about 12, I think, tracks you can choose from. And some of them, like, they share, if that makes sense. They share portions of them. So, say tracks 3, 4, 5, 6 might share a stretch, and then you get to, like, a split, and there'll be an arrow. And it'll be like, oh, you know, tracks 2, 3, 4 go left, and then, you know, 4, 5, 6 or whatever. Oh, sorry, 5, 6, 7 or whatever go right. And then you go for a bit, and then they sort of join back up. So some of the bits are shared, and then other bits, you know, go off different places. And then there's also actually a track you can ride to the next town over, if you want to. We went about, probably 3/4 of the way there. But my friend was renting a bike. Well, I got to get back by about 4 o'clock, I think it was, so we decided to go back. I find blue more fun. Yeah. There's nothing, I haven't done it, anything like that before, so that was pretty interesting. Right. Cool. So yeah, there's a yellow. There's a green track, which is just pretty casual. You go around that with your fam, which wouldn't be bad to start with if you've never done mountain biking before. Start with that, and then go to like the first blue one maybe. We were like, we'll just do this blue one, so we did that. Almost, we ended up in a tree a couple of times, and then there's a few times we got to like some real harsh, absolute drops, and then brutal right hand, like a brutal turn, and I just dismounted and walked it. But maybe next time, after, you know, I'll be like, we'll go down here, we'll do it, we'll go hard or go home, risk it. But my hands, though, were so cramped up and just hurting from gripping the bars. So I was like, oh no. Yeah, green and blue and black, yeah. Red and green and brown and blue, they're the really useful crew. They're 2, they're 4, they're 6 and 8, shunting trucks and hauling freight. Nothing makes it feel like garbage when you have some 8-year-old kid that just kills it. Yep. Actually, considering how many people were there, I was like, we're going to get on the trail, we're going to have a heap of people ride up us, but luckily that didn't happen. I had to move, got out of the way once for some people to go past. Which was good, actually. So I was like, oh, everybody's going to be like all over us like a rash, but luckily that didn't happen. We have to get some brakes happening on this train. Oh, we're not going to slow up. We're going to get them hot. And then there was one path we went on that goes around a lake area. It's pretty casual. And there was some guy, he was riding around there, and went past with his dog. His dog was following him, which was funny. We've timed this to perfection, haven't we? Look, we've stopped and the train's not even at the platform. Oof. Gondola? No. Gondola. No, I don't think we went up the gondola. Right, maybe I have to stop this train again. Oh, so we're getting in trouble for using the emergency brake. Thanks. Right, put that on. Passengers. Do whatever. Right, so we have to keep training, I think. Not at the end yet. What are we going to do? We'll take these brakes off. And we'll just give this a little bit of grunt. Oh, right, cool. Scenario complete. After passengers board here, for a few minutes wait before the train continues. You have completed this leg of the journey. Good. Cool. We're not going to replay it, I'll tell you that. Let's just go back to the menu. And what have we got? We'll do a couple more of these. We might do these 4. That said, it's probably not going to take us very long. So just thinking, I'm just looking at the time. And I'm like, oh, it's about nearly 9:45, so we might do these 4 and wrap it up. So we'll get into locomotive safety. OH&S. That's what it's all about. Western Line. And also, I may have to use the facilities as well. You can assume what that means in your own mind. I'm not going to say. Right, the train's moving. Cool, welcome back. We'll learn about the alternate driver vigilance system. Okay. Complete any actions after climb. Right. Driving a train is an important job. A moving train with no driver is very dangerous. Right. To ensure a train is still safe. The train is still in safe hands. The system regularly checks you are still at the controls. On this train, it's called the alerter. What an original name. If there is no activity within the controls of the train for 60 seconds, the alerter will sound an alarm. You must respond in order to maintain control. If you don't, the train brakes will automatically be applied. You need to turn the alerter system on. Shift Control D. Shift Control D. Right, is it on? Must be a Shift Control D. Nicely done, the alert system is now on. Cool. This train is already moving. In 60 seconds, the alert alarm will sound. Okay. "45 seconds. How exciting. Right, let go via second scenario. 30 seconds. That's the longest 15 seconds of my life. Oh, yeah, that's a nice road there. Is this going to be like 15 seconds? 5 seconds. 10 seconds. You know. Is it going to go to like 5 seconds? Oh, when it says scenario end, is that when the alarm's going to go? Ah. This is the alerter. It is checking you. Respond by pressing Q on the keyboard or A on the controller. Right, Q on the keyboard. Okay, then. Scenario complete. Well, that was... Okay. I guess this is going to be similar. They're all going to be the same. It'd be... yeah, well, they're all going to be the same, aren't they? So let's get into it. That'd take us a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. So... if it takes us 2 minutes, 2 minutes each, 4 of them, it's going to take us 8 minutes. I mean, loading the game loading us is probably taking longer than what it's taking us to do this job. Or there's a car there, just parked, just hanging out, just doing nothing. That's apparently me there in the train. Welcome to the cab. We're going to learn about the DSD driver vigilance system. How exciting. Driving a train is important. Moving a train without no driver is very dangerous. To ensure that the train is still in safe hands, the system checks your controls. Driver safety device, our original DSD. If there is no activity for 60, the train sound will alarm. Train's moving, and after 40 seconds will sound. Okay, do we have to activate it or what? Probably not. Must do it automatically on this. Ooh, wonder what that does. Oh, emergency brake. Probably shouldn't press that. This third rail up the middle here is interesting. I wonder what that's about. Something. It's like, is it a earth or something? Because this is electric? Don't know. So I guess we just sit here until something happens. So let's just do that then. This is exciting, isn't it? Hey! Still, I'm knowledge by pressing Q on the keyboard or I on the controller closes switch and continue. So can I just click that? Okay. Congratulations, happy to continue. So stay safe. Right, thanks. Cool. Awesome. Scenario complete. Well, that was is what it is. Really? Right, we've got 2 more, so we'll do these. Duration was that 5 minutes, you reckon? 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever. Start on the electric freight. Gondola, make me. Oh, look at this. And the big ugly electric. I don't like electric trains, personally. Welcome back. We're going to learn about the vigilance system. Yes. Did you know that a train without anybody at the wheel is dangerous? I would never have guessed. Do we actually have to stop for locomotive, or is it going to stop for us? Yep. If there is no activity for 30 seconds, it will activate. Will activate if the driver must respond in order to maintain control. If there's no response, the brakes will automatically be applied. So is that what we're going to do? So it's triggered acknowledge by pressing enter. Or so enter on the keyboard, wasn't it? Right. We'll get rid of that. So we'll just hang out, let the train do its thing. Poke our head out the window. Do your thing, honey. Ain't over man, no. What's this one do? E189093. Class 189VE. Scenario complete. Love it. Right, we'll do this one in the this bus. How awesome is this? Tutorials love them, don't we? Yes, so Saturday we're going to be playing Grid, so that'll be exciting. Hopefully we can. I found it was interesting when we played Grid before because it was quite. I think we have a difficulty on medium maybe, and we're like winning pretty easily. We're doing like pretty well in races, and then I put it up to hard. We'll put it up to next level, and it was just we're getting absolutely smoked. So it's like, okay, the driver must always be aware of what the approaching signals is displaying, which requires them to be looking down the track at all times. A driver needs to be aware of many things that occur in and around the train and to alert them of approaching signals. UK trains are equipped with an advanced warning system or AWS. Okay. Ooh, track magnets. Ooh. A sensor called a ramp is placed between the rails approximately 186 metres in advance of every signal. As the train passes over the ramp, a sound is triggered in the cab which warns the driver of an approaching signal they must look out for. Full stop. There it is there. To avoid the driver aid the driver still, the sound triggered in the cab is different depending on whether the signal ahead is showing a restrictive red or yellow or passive green aspect. This helps the driver to know if they are expecting to take action as a result of approaching the signal. When the AWS sound is related to a restrictive aspect, the driver is required to acknowledge their awareness of it. This requires pressing a button in the cab. As it is safety critical, only a few seconds are given for the driver to react, or the train brakes will be automatically applied. Okay. Yeah, I remember I've done something like this before. The train will pass 2 ramps for signals ahead, which will cause the trigger. Alright, one there. Scenario end. Ooh, it's orange. Is it? It is. Bang. Respond by clicking the yellow acknowledge button. I think I can just click this to be doohickey there in future. And I'll try hitting that next time. This one up here is also yellow. Respond by clicking the button. I think I can click this big one. We'll see. I don't want to move the whoops, I don't want to move the thing. We're speeding through a station. Well, we're not. We're actually well under the speed limit. But so if I can hit that, bang, and we can respond by clicking that. Correctly alerted. Awesome. Scenario complete. How exciting. Well. Cool. So we've smoked through them. So next time we might do this block here and we can go and do a delivery or something. Yeah, well, I think it was like, oh, you can press Q, but I like the big button's good to press. You've come at a awkward time, Johannes. So we're about to wrap things up here on good old Train Sim. But heck, thanks for coming by, though, for the last, minute. And sub, all that jazz. Anyway, we'll be back Saturday, of course, as I said, we're playing Grid, which I'm excited about that. Played Grid a couple of weeks ago and had a good time with it. We went pretty well. I was about to say I don't mind racing games. It'd be nice at one point to have a steering wheel and all that jazz set up. That'd be pretty fun indeed. But yeah, thanks for coming by, everybody. Did a little bit of training. I think the trains are, I don't know, they're okay, but a little bit blasé, gotta say. I mean, if I was to compare train sim to like truck sim, I like truck sim because I'm driving. I'm a little bit more in the game, whereas with train sim, it's just like you can let the train drive itself and just sort of keep an eye on the speed. But yeah. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you coming by. Of course, if you enjoyed it, tell somebody. I don't know who, but I don't know, your dad or your mum or your sister or whatever. And